Rescue efforts were underway as that incredible wildfire roared through parts of the Great Smoky Mountains. Very sad situation from Sevier County, Tennessee. Of course, the home of Gatlinburg, a very popular destination for locals and tourists alike. And unfortunately, Erica, we saw 17,000 acres burn, but most sadly, we had 13 fatalities with that wildfire earlier this week.
That's right. The numbers have increased from what we were reporting yesterday as crews are now working hard to clean up after such devastating conditions that they have been battling. And we're also keeping an eye on the number of structures that have been affected as well, because it has caused quite the amount of damage. I mean, with 17,000 acres, and these areas were very populated.
Yeah, extremely populated. And of course, the recovery efforts are underway. Local citizens, businesses, companies coming together. And of course, our own John Van Pelt is there in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yep.
He's with a local resident who had to endure some of these wildfire conditions. John.
Yeah, hey Joe, hey Erica. We're here on the site of the Rocky Top Sports Complex, which is a big area where they've actually got a Red Cross shelter over here. Behind us, the Zach Brown Band they brought in their truck to feed people. They can do up to 3,000 meals. This all started, though, on Monday night. One of the worst fires in 100 years in Tennessee. I got Rich Benjamin with me. Rich, you were here. You were actually out doing some work when you saw something amazing start to happen.
We were out helping some friends with one of the attractions in Pigeon Forge, and it was about noon that we noticed this cloud coming in from the north. And storms here come from the west or the east, never out of the north. And we looked up and it caught our attention. And within an hour, it had turned from just it looking like a storm moving into a solid wall of yellow-orange cloud. And we knew that the fires, we had known that there were fires in the area, and they've been battling them for weeks. We knew something was getting very serious at that point. Later that afternoon or that early evening, grabbing some dinner at home, looked out the back window, and we could see an orange glow in the woods. We are miles. I mean, my house is probably 15 miles from Gatlinburg, 10 to 15 miles, and I could see the glow coming, and we knew something was up. So we started checking with friends. We found out a few of them were in evacuation mode, so we went to see if we could help them. And as the night went on, it just got crazier and crazier, and the fire, I've never seen anything so unbelievably powerful. As the evening went on, the wind got harder and harder and harder, to the point where large garbage cans on the side of the road full were just getting tossed everywhere. And by the end of the evening, we were in Pigeon Forge, and I could see from left to right, everything on the horizon was aglow, and you could see the propane tanks going off. The beautiful and wonderful thing is how the community has reacted and come together. The firefighters from everywhere. We were out, and that night I saw at least 30 fire trucks from as far away as Memphis. And I know the guys from Sweetwater have been battling fires for weeks. They just jumped in the truck and came. They knew they needed to be here. And we just saw more and more and more people responding without even being called, and they just showed up. You know, we can't thank them enough. And then we saw the Army come in with the helicopters and the suppression, and everybody's been battling since Monday. And I don't know where we are. I know we've got the majority of Pigeon Forge taken care of. Pigeon Forge is open. You know, that was the one thing we saw on social media. Everybody thought that this area has just melted down and it's gone. It's not. Pigeon Forge is beautiful. From what I'm told, Gatlinburg opened up today and people can get into the city. And I guess the downtown area is fairly well unaffected. The strip itself is intact. The areas on the mountains around, you know, took the worst beating. So, it's been unbelievable to witness something like this, the outpouring of just decent people. Operation Barbecue Relief coming in here. A friend of mine from New Jersey called me and said, hey, my friends are coming down. Can you go help them be a volunteer? This network, it went from, they're out of Kansas. I mean, they loaded the gear and came, and they were here last night when I got the call at 9 o'clock. So, I mean, they must have been on the road immediately. It's overwhelming. And we can't say enough thanks to the people who've stepped up and come to help our community.
And man, thank you for the pictures, because
John.
without your pictures, we wouldn't have known a lot of what was going on.
Appreciate
and we've
it.
seen these pictures in the last little bit. We just want to tell everybody, come on down if you've got plans to come.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about food and water and supplies. It's about keeping the community going. You were talking about one of your friends who's got a hotel, and we're almost out of time,
Yep.
but she's taking care of her people. Employers are taking care of their people first, making sure families are taken care of, and that effort's going to continue for a long time.